So welcome back everyone to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here for today on the show. What can I say? I'm already speechless. We're having the best way to starting up the week because she's back. The incredible, the amazing, the badass, the superstar, the legendary, the one and only Erin. Erin, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me again, Dan. It's a pleasure being on your show and I'm happy to be here. And thank you for the awesome introduction.
Always. I mean, as I say, here, what better way to starting up the week with a super strong way than to be chatting with someone as badass as you again. You've been on the show, this is your third time, right?
This is my second.
Third time. Second time.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, you've had me here as things that have been repeated, but as far as full conversations, it's my second time.
Cool. All right. Sounds good to me. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow. It helps a lot. But also in the description below, you're going to find all of Erin's social media. Let's follow her. Let's find out why she's super badass. I mean, by this point, you should know why she is. But the great thing is that she just keeps raising the bar on how badass she is. So this is going to be one of those episodes for sure. And without further more, let's jump in. So, as we were speaking a few seconds ago, you've been on the show a few times. We have spoken about your career, some other stuff here and there. But today it's for a whole new topic, right? Which is navigating fear and doubt, the inner battles, creative phases, And it's basically, we're diving into one of the most personal and often hidden side of the creative journey, right? So it's more like how do we wrestle with fear and doubt without letting them steal our dreams. So without further more, let's jump in. So I want to start this whole epic conversation by throwing out the very first question, which is, how do you personally define fear in the creative process?
Yeah, fear is something that can both drive myself, as well as can cripple myself and hold me still. And fear is both excitement and, it's that thing that it's two sides of a coin, really. And it's just one way to look at it and one way to feel it and realize, wow, fear is both amazing and both scary.
Can you remember a moment when doubt almost convinced you to quit?
I feel like doubt especially during the strike and stuff like that, fear really crept in and was like, wow, this is really hard. I don't think that it ever really truly convinced me to quit, but my brain, I feel like fear is the brain and it's not your heart and it's not your gut. It's not lack of truth. That's what I feel fear is. It's not truth. It's everything that is trying to convince me that is not there. In 2023, it was everything convincing me of this is hard. This is challenging. What am I doing? I wanted to sit there logically for a minute and say, okay, fear, what is this? If I really sit there for a minute and want to sit with you and say, am I really going to give this up? Am I going to go live a different life? Am I going to do something different? What am I going to do? What would I even want to do? How would I live this life? What am I going to do? There's nothing in this world that I can even imagine that would find or bring me a type of joy or happiness that this career does. And this is why I'm on the planet. So I feel like there was a necessary fear that needed to come in to bring me there, to have those questions brought in. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't know why I'm here and why I'm pursuing what I'm doing. So I feel fear is necessary. That brain is necessary. All those things are necessary to determine, is this for you, for me, or is it not? Because it's not always an easy journey. It's not always an easy path.
So would you say that part of it, having this fear serves somehow in a positive way for the role for an artist?
I feel that there is a necessary aspect to it, and it can also serve you safety at times when needed, because there is, the question of, is this a fear? Is this a boundary? What is this? Is this excitement? If those aren't all there, I can't sit and assess. And sometimes I have confused, oh, wait, no, I am excited about this. I do want to, press forward and move forward with this. And other times it's, oh no, this is a boundary. This is, something I don't want to cross. And, sometimes there are mistakes made within the process, but I do feel that fear is important. We humans and art need fear. If we're completely fearless, it's a very fine line. It's a very fine line.
Totally. I mean, I do think that it's part of our humanity, it's part of us it's part of us, you know. And I do think
Yeah.
that it can serve a positive role for an artist because it's something that comes from within every single person, you know. And
Yeah.
somehow that makes sense that if you're able to use that fear to transform it into something positive or something that somebody else can relate to somehow, I think that is like the whole key. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely. I mean, and not only use it within making decisions, but also, you know, that's the aliveness that's used on camera in the art and in the moment in the craft of, wow, I'm scared right now, but so is my character. My character doesn't know what's going to happen next. My character's scared about, what's happening, or my character's excited about what's happening. My character's anticipating what's happening. My character's feeling in this moment of what's going on. And so if I don't have anything, there's no aliveness.
couldn't agree more. I like it. And what has been like the biggest internal fear that you have to overcome in your career so far?
And I'm not enough. That my art, my craft, that whatever I do, that no matter how much work I do or don't do, that it's just that I won't, that I haven't served the character, the audience, whoever I'm around enough, like that I haven't given enough. Like, oh man, did I, even if it was like, and the question is, okay, well, and I have to ask afterwards, did I give 100%? And if the answer is yes, that's all I can do. But if the answer is no, then I didn't do it right. So, am I giving enough? Am I doing enough? Am I being enough? Now, obviously, safely. There's bounds with it. Like there's bounds within everything, but it's that constant, question of the artist of like, man, am I giving enough to this? And like that constant of that consistent question and reminding self, yes, and then the question again, and then self reminding. So yeah.
Do you think self doubt gets louder as you become more successful, let's say?
If I only have 5 lines, there's only so much I expected of me. And there's more expectations of me as my job becomes larger. And it's a reminder that the character with 5 lines has just the same size of a life as the character with an entire film. They have this equal amount of life. It's just we only see that a different slice of it on film, which is a strange concept. But yeah, I mean, self-doubt, I don't know. I don't know. I've had moments of more confidence, and then sometimes that's turned into ego, and then moments of less confidence. And then, it's that consistent, through meditation and stuff like that, just being like, okay, all right, finding center, finding balance, and doing things. And I think that that's a consistent practice that's consistently needing to be worked on, of being like, okay, yeah, finding center, recentering, doing things. Because if not, wherever, realizing wherever I'm at right now, that will only get larger and that will only get bigger. So if I don't consistently find my center, yeah, that will only get larger. So yeah.
Hmm. How do you personally differentiate between healthy caution and paralyzing fear?
That's a good question. I feel like that's something that I owe, like that I'll sometimes determine, like between each time, like I've had, sometimes I'll talk to people when I have questions and I'll be like, oh, is this a legitimate fear? Or am I, question, like sometimes I'll bounce it off someone and I'll ask, for help if I'm not quite sure about a situation. Because sometimes, I often look inside first myself, but sometimes I can't find the answer within myself. And that's when I reach out to other people and ask and be like, hey, is this, here's my cat, is this a real fear that I'm having or a question? Or is this a business, is this a fear thing, a business thing? What is this? Do I just go? Or is this just only the world and the universe will know? So how do you define when it comes to art and the brain and what I can do with my, what I'm doing with my own mental health, especially deep diving with really strong characters, or I've played suicidal characters before, and I can, for some reason I can go there with those, but other roles I have more challenge with. I feel like first reaching inside, then going to other people, and then just rolling with it and going and doing your best.
When you feel overwhelmed by doubt and fear as well, what's your first move to kind of get back on track?
Breathe, meditate, sometimes literally move. Sometimes it takes outside forces. It depends on how paralyzed I'll say, or for how long, or what's going on, you know? Definitely for myself, meditation, walking, if I can walk, but think through things, breathe through things, talk through things, pretty much whatever it takes in order to start moving again. Whatever, sometimes it's inside out, sometimes it's outside in, whatever necessary tools it takes. First thing that I do though, definitely take a deep breath, possibly hop on a phone call, Google something, whatever it takes.
I have discovered that whenever you're having like those moments, right, of doubt, fear, sometimes, if you are on the right path, instantly something will happen around it, that kind of will jump you back on track, or at least that is something that I have discovered, right? Whenever, it happens. I sometimes think that we as humans, sometimes we just want to complicate things for the sake of it without even thinking that the solution is super simple, or at least
Yeah.
we should be putting like more attention into things that actually matter. And so whenever I have like those thoughts, I have discovered that it just takes 1 second or something between that will happen in order to click everything and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually on the right track. Because at the same time, I have discovered that it happens the other on the other road when you're doing something that you are not supposed to or something that you actually don't
Yeah.
like. Life will be throwing you a heck of signals until you actually understand, or it can make you even feel worse and that you are questioning yourself, things like that. So I do think that it's kind of important at the same time to you know, for example, the fact that you get the chance to meditate, things like that, in which we can kind of connect with our our own body and actually listen to it. I think the more we will be able to do that, the more we will be able to understand more about ourselves and actually choose the path we're supposed to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes just letting it go though too. I've had moments where I'll let everything go and then all of a sudden something pops up and I'm like, "Wait, what? This movie which I completely forgot about is suddenly happening. Where did this come from?" Or a theater show or a job that I didn't expect or something, happened from what feels like left field comes out of nowhere and it just I wasn't expecting it and I was going in a completely different direction. And something when I'm just like, oh man, am I meant to be here? And something just pops up. It's awesome.
I'm a strong believer that we all come to this world for something, but it's up to you to discover what is that something. And once you discover it, then work on it, And along the way, you're gonna find hiccups here and there, but hey, that's just part of it. I do think that the more you are also, you get better to kind of let things slide, and actually care about important things. Things can get like a lot easier. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
totally. Now, how much does comparison to others feel fear or doubt in your experience?
I don't know about comparing to others. I don't think that fear or doubt necessarily creep me in. Like there's some like creep in for me. It's more the fear or the doubt is I definitely don't feel doubt for sure. I think that fear is like, when is the next one? That sort of thing. And then something pops up, like, that sort of thing. Or wanting to make sure that I serve the project correctly or do it, not necessarily correctly or right, because when I let go, it just happens right. But I don't know, as far as others, I feel like everyone has their own fears and doubts. Um, I feel like it's a mutual, everyone in the world experiences them and has fears and anxieties and wants to do well on this planet. And I think that that's something that it's a very worldly thing.
Mm. If you could give an advice to a younger version of yourself battling through fear, what would it be?
I would say go girl on the great moments. And I would say release on some of the other moments where I'm like, maybe try that out. I don't know where that road would have gone. Maybe it would have been right. Maybe it wouldn't have. I don't know.
It's pretty cool. I love it. I love it. And jumping into our next section, rapid fire questions, yes, no, or pass. Super simple. I'll be asking you 10 questions. You can say yes, no, or pass. Super simple. Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. So let's get started. Number one, have you ever almost said no to a life-changing opportunity out of fear?
Yes. I don't know if I still would have taken it though, because it would have been life changing, but I don't know if it would have been for the better.
Boom. I love it. Does fear still visit you even after major accomplishments?
Yes.
Have you ever regretted playing it too safe creatively?
Yes.
Do you believe fear and excitement can sometimes feel the same?
Yes.
Have you ever doubted your own talent even at your highest moments?
Yes.
I mean, does social media amplify your self-doubt sometimes?
Yes.
Have you ever created something you were terrified to release?
Yes.
Do you think most artists are tougher on themselves than anyone else is?
No.
Has taking a risk ever completely changed your creative path?
Yes.
And would you rather fail boldly than succeed safely?
Medium. Yeah. I've said yes before. I've said no before. And I'm in mid like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to yes with that.
There you go. More badass. What can I say? There you go. And my last question here. So we can all enjoy and relax after an interesting chat about this topic. So here we go. What do you think that could be the best title for this episode?
Be bold, be badass, live life to the fullest.
Be bold, be badass, live your life at the fullest.
Yes, but I don't think I want to use the word badass. Be bold, be brave, live your life to the fullest.
There you go. Sounds like a franchise to me. Who knows? We might
Yeah.
be creating the next big project at some point. Or,
Yeah.
you know. And at the end, what can I say? I love the fact that you keep pursuing what makes you happy. We all know that actually do something that outside of the typical box, it's a challenge. Sure, it can sometimes be a pain in the butt, but you're doing it. You're showing out there that it's possible. I think that is a super powerful message. I mean, not only because you are creating cool stuff, but you're showing us that dreams are possible. And I think something like that is super positive and something that we should be listening more, especially now in this crazy era that suddenly we just want to kill each other and it's just bad everywhere. The fact that we can rely on people like you who is doing something just because just because it makes you happy, it's super badass. And I still discovering why you're super badass, and I love it. So
Thank you. I mean, yeah, this I wasn't expecting this to like actually, I came here to help empower other people, but just at this very end, I was like, wait, no, this actually kind of brought some more to myself as well. So thank you.
we all have fears, we all have doubt, regardless if you are either pursuing acting or music, modeling, whatever. I mean, we all have those feelings, and it's so interesting that sometimes we can feel we get this idea that nobody can understand our fear, right? Or nobody can understand our doubts or things like that. But when you actually get the chance to listen to somebody else who is kind of passing on it, or more like it has happened to them, you tend to understand that it's normal, that it's just part of the whole experience to it, that it's a hiccup along the way, and the better you understand it and embrace it, and actually keep moving forward, the better things will come for you, and the more you will be able to learn more about yourself. So, yeah.
It's always about embracing the fear and moving forward. And I feel like I wanted to come on today and talk about fear. You and I had discussed talking about a different topic, and I wanted to discuss fear actually, just because I feel like some people think that, especially because I've worked in many different areas of acting and I've been called fearless before. And I find that so like, wait, I don't think you guys understand. I'm scared all the time. I just keep going, but I'm scared all the time. I just do it anyway. And I think that, yeah, I look like a fool all the time. I feel scared all the time. I move things, and I feel like some people don't understand that process and think that, I've heard like, oh, well, I mean, just so many various comments and stuff like that, not necessarily publicly, but just to myself. And it's so not true. And it's just a matter of pushing through things anyways.
And you're making it happen, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
As I was saying, it's a good thing about be alive in this world right now, as we have people like you who is showing us that everything's possible, and that's incredible. So I love it. So I want to thank you so much for making this happen. I do want to thank also those who stayed the whole episode. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But at this point, you should discover why Erin is super badass. So let's follow her. #Team Erin. And again, Thank you for making this happen. Keep shining out there. Keep rocking. Keep kicking butt. Keep shining. And I'll be seeing you in the next one.
Will do. Erin Michele Soto with 1 L.
There you go.